wants to say.
What was that?
I have no idea. We should start. We should start.
Should we? Are you upset how sidetracked we're getting?
Upset? No, not upset.
Alright. Well, fine then. You ready? Hello to the meaty baggies. Yeah. That was a good yawn.
Meaty baggies.
Hello, meaty baggies. Or sorry, hello, meaty sacks.
Meaty pals? Meaty pals, maybe?
Meaty baggies. Hello, meaty pals. I am Breaking Brian.
Yeah, already. I'm full of baloney.
And I'm packing the sausage. Oh, well, I always forget that that's my line, and welcome to the Totally BS podcast. It's a good day today. Hello, guys.
Oh, it is.
What are we talking about today?
Well, we are two meatheads with ADHD, hoping to entertain you with our nonsense. Today we're gonna be smack talking about how we totally fucked up our episode 4. So this is our 4th episode, but it's episode 5. So that's funny. So, and we'll also be talking about the holidays and other stuff. This is kind of a smorgasbord of random shit because we did a whole episode and then we may or may not have, and I mean we totally did, fucked up recording, so Goobies! Hey, I wasn't pointing a finger, but if you want to take the credit, go for it.
Hey, it's literally, we just need to test it every time before we do it, because no matter how many times I get it correct, it always gets messed up. Because I record our D&D sessions every once in a while, and it's different settings, so like it just fudges it all up. Yeah, so my voice was not recorded. What do you smell?
Weed.
I just saw a TikTok where Lady Gaga was performing, and in the middle of it, she's like, "I smell marijuana."
Oh, that's funny.
It was ethereal.
No, this is like the bad smell of weed. Not like the, oh, that's good. No, it's just...
It's like skunky.
Yeah.
I see. So no, we did a whole freaking Halloween episode. We bought each other's costumes. It was a surprise put on. And it was beautiful, but I did not record my voice. I recorded Brian's voice 3 times and not my own. I was so annoyed.
Yeah, I had like a vampire.
Yeah.
Like a imperial vampire attire. And then, you know, I was telling Amy about, like, when I went and showed her, she was telling me, it's like, okay, now you gotta do, and, you know, your whole thing with the vampire voice. She cuts me off and goes, you need to do Laszlo. From What We Do in the Shadows. Have you seen that or no?
No? Wait.
Oh,
is it the 3 or the multiple vampires from different timelines?
More or less, yeah.
Okay, because I think I've seen a bit of it on TikTok from people doing goofy stuff.
Oh, you probably have.
Yeah, so...
There is Colin, the energy vampire that, like, just drains the life out of people by just saying dumb shit.
Mm-hmm. You're draining my life essence. I think I saw one episode, and I couldn't get into it initially, but I was going to make my way back to it, because it looks like deadpan humor, and it looks so great.
Oh, it's one of, like, it's very similar to, like, it's the same style as The Office. Like, it's a documentary of vampires living together, and it's done in the very much of The Office way. I can't fucking stand The Office, because it's so much going on in one episode, it's, like, sensory overload. And, like, there's, like, 17 plot lines happening in, like, 12 minutes. And I can't do it. I can't watch it. Like, I can watch, like, an episode or 2 at a time, and I'm like, nope, I need something else to unwind from this. But What We Do in the Shadows is it's the exact same format, but it's, like, the chaos is a lot more intertwined, I feel. Like, it's a lot more, like, relatable to things. Mm-hmm. So, or, like, not even relatable, but it's, like, impactful. Like, all the storylines actually overlap better, I think. And, it's one of the funniest fucking shows I've ever seen. And so now at some point, the other thing Amy was telling me with that is, like, if I ever run a Curse of Strahd campaign, I need to do Strahd as Laszlo.
Yes, I would die laughing if that was the persona you took on for
God. Right?
Yes.
Like, the most cursed fiend in the entire existence, and instead of having this, like, he's just some funny asshole who, like, just doesn't, like, he's a bumbling idiot. He's not actually bad. He's just a bumbling idiot, but really doesn't have any empathy.
Right. It's wonderful. Yeah, I think that would have been really funny. I know, because, like, at the beginning of the podcast that we recorded, I was like, you need to do voice with the costume that I got you. You gotta do it.
You kept telling me that, too.
And we completely forgot. So, I mean, it kind of works that we didn't do it. I might put some stuff at the end if I can find some good clippies from it. But I haven't really touched it since I found out that my voice isn't there. Yes, good clippies. Good clippies. I'm playing with this. This is my fidget toy of this episode. I think.
Oh, just of this episode.
Yeah, because last episode was my goopy stuff, my hand stuff, my extra soft hand stuff.
No, that was the shit that, like, you fucked with that immediately at the beginning of that episode. I couldn't handle it. I don't remember what you did, but I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? You need to play that clip at some point just for my reaction, because I couldn't understand what was going on.
It was so funny. It's because I was playing with it, and I was, like, doing it on the table, and I said something, you're like, what? And I picked it up and, like, square, and you're just like...
Yeah, you would be taken to, unanimate objects court, let me tell you.
I would go to jail?
Oh, what did you do?
I would go to jail.
No, not jail, you'd go to court.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
Something like that. All right.
Hold on.
So I guess...
His costume was a vampire. What costume did you get me?
Oh, yeah. So it was supposed to be... shit, I can never remember the character's name. It's...
Zach Galifianakis from The Hangover.
Yes, from The Hangover. It's supposed to be the guy that he played, but it's like just a shirt and underwear.
Brian just wanted me in my underwear. It looked funny because I wear boxers. And my boxers go down to like mid-thigh. So when I put it on, it was like like underwear there and then boxers. So it was just kind of a funny overlap.
Oh, it was so funny. And then, so what I was mad about though is that costume was advertised like with a beard wig. And it didn't come with one. I was so mad. It was just like, God damn it. I would have loved that. But no, you found one, but you kept eating it during the episode. And it was like...
Yes, it was the wrong texture of hair. It was just like stiff and crinkly. And it was too long and it kept getting into my mouth when I would inhale. So I just sat here like... the whole time. And then it turned into a chin strap beard and the wig. I found a wig
you
too.
became Amish, yeah.
I should have pulled out some of my curls just so I had like the little curls.
Oh my god.
I had to complete the look, but yeah, so it was a whole fiasco. We got through it and we tried to go through and read some like creepypasta or mythical monsters from our states, and
yeah, we did.
That was another one where we both didn't look them up until right before the podcast, and we had to stumble through.
Well, we were supposed to, and did we do it? Absolutely not.
Okay, I will give myself props because I did it right before. I loaded up like 5 different websites, and I was just like, all right, I'm just going to read and see what is interesting enough. But recording, I kept pausing to read.
Yeah, no, there was one that I read there. Actually, I'll bring this one up because this one was fucking cool. So, at like 18-ish hundreds in Oregon, there was this is where the term getting shanghaied comes from.
Yeah.
That one was really fucking cool. So, like, you know, going to downtown Portland, you know, drunks, anyone walking alone by themselves way after hours, there were, like, trap doors that people would get pushed through, captured and then sold into like essentially like sailor slavery. Like they were forced to row oars on ships sold to captains, and that's where they were called the Shanghai tunnels. Yeah, that's where the term came from, getting Shanghai.
God, and that is insane. I couldn't even imagine that nowadays. And I mean, I know there's still people just getting trafficked and whatnot, but like a specific tunnel system in the city for them to just use, that is scary.
Yeah.
Man, that's why you always go out with friends. Always have a buddy if you're getting drunky.
Yeah. Right? But not even that, but just like, also think about like, how did those tunnels get made without anyone fucking noticing?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you think about all the construction that goes on when they're, like, just taking out a sewer pipe or, like, replacing it or doing some, like, service work. And it's like, that's a lot of noise. That's a lot of, like, visualness.
We can definitely look it up more. And I kind of wonder if it was something that was already built and then maybe something new came out so they didn't need them anymore. So then they got closed and then they were like,
and then they reopened.
This is we can use this.
That's possible. That's very possible. Probably more likely now that we're talking about it.
It's okay. The brain likes to think up fun scenarios, and like I do that too. It's fun to like try and find really crazy ideas for reasons for things.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Let's get to our question from our 4,000 book of questions. No, not even. Okay, there we go.
Oh no, did you? I was flaring my nostrils, just... I was seeing if you would notice and you thought I froze.
No. Yeah, I did. You were so still, I thought you froze for a second.
Just... Okay, yes, so our question today...
So, first, we're going
technically
to do
have two.
Yeah, first one from the hidden episode 4 that mysteriously disappeared. Do you believe in fate and or life on other worlds?
I would say, I can't remember what I said in the other one, so this is going to be like a new answer.
Yeah, probably.
I feel like fate is very loose. Like if people have ever seen Steven Universe, they give a good example where fate feels like there's many streams all over, and the potential for you to fall into this stream to make this happen and that happen, it's all chance. So like I feel like there's some kind of fate that you can fall into, but I don't know. Like, I hate that people say that you're fated to be with someone's your soulmate. You never know that. Like, yeah, you can fit really well with someone, but there's no one just actually perfect for you. Yeah.
I mean, I think there is, like, an idea of, as far as, like, relationships go, there is, like, it is probable to find someone who is the most compatible with you, and vice versa, you with them as well. Like, that's all just probability. And, like, oh, here are the things that are really important to you, and here are the things that are really important to them. And you try to find someone that you have the highest connectivity with them.
Right,
so
or it's like... Oh, sorry.
I wouldn't say, like, you're fated. Like, no, and if you don't marry this person, then, you're never going to have a happy relationship. It's like, okay, now we're getting into, like, the MySpace, like, chain letter bullshit.
Oh, God, I forgot about those things. Or email chains. Yeah. Hated those.
Email this to 10 people. You will never find your true love.
Send this to 5 of the hottest babes you know. You're a hot babe, too. It's like, no, this is so stupid.
Yeah, so it's like, I think fate is a misnomer. Like, it's describing the right thing, but under the wrong, like...
Foundation, in a way?
Foundation, maybe? Yeah, like, wrong foundations. Because, like, no, I think very much of just, like, no, if you were fated to do something that, through whatever life experience you had... like, made you really uncomfortable with insert thing here, it's like, no, that doesn't make sense. You can't tell me there's, like, something, entity, physics law is playing 3D chess with us while we're only allowed to play, like, I don't know, not even checkers, like tic-tac-toe. Like
Yeah,
a game that
exactly.
doesn't even, like apply. Like no,
That's a good way to put it, because like we literally by chance exist on this planet. Like this
Yeah.
probably wasn't able to happen, and somehow it did, and we're all here, sentient beings, being able to
Right.
understand what fate could even mean. So like, the possibilities are wild,
Right.
and that kind of leads into the whole like, do you believe in life on other worlds? Like, I would love to meet life from other worlds. It's a little scary.
Oh, that'd be so rad.
Yeah, but like it's a little scary in the facet of like how we kind of took over different countries and stuff. You gotta dominate another for a peace to happen a lot of the times, and I would really like that not to happen. If we could peacefully talk to some other type of life form, I would love to meet other beings and, you know, I don't know, maybe fuck a tentacle monster.
Jesus fucking Christ. Oh.
Sorry, I was getting too deep. I had to pull back to the goofy shallowness.
Why?
Because
Anime is not real!
I'm completely calm. This is you.
Yeah, looks like it. Yeah, I mean, honestly, though, I would really hope if we find another sentient life species similar to us, I really hope that they're advanced enough where they can kick our fucking asses.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you, the whole, like, we're still on the tail end of white colonialization. Like, I would really like it if part of the world, not nuked isn't the right word, but like there was a fucking warning shot being sent, been like, we don't want to kill you, but if you try to fuck with us, we will annihilate you. Because honestly, like, our country fucking needs it.
Yeah, it really
not our
does.
country, our entire world. Like,
We need a
shit,
reality
crazy,
check.
Dumb shit. Yes, that's it. That's what I'm looking for. We need a reality check.
It feels like people are way too focused on making money and taking over whatever they can instead of actually being a human and like caring about
Yeah.
other humans, and that's so heartbreaking.
Right? Like, I really feel like the point of societies and the point of civilization is to make living easier. Yet there are some people in that system who are trying to make it so easy for them that they are pushing their responsibilities, not responsibilities, share of contribution. They're pushing that onto other people and then taking credit for it.
Yep. Oh God. Oh, I don't even want to say the E
That-
word, but you know.
Right?
Yes,
The E
I
word?
very Elon Musk.
Oh. Oh, yeah. Oh, I didn't even know that. Yeah, that's like the perfect definition of him. Didn't even know it. Didn't even know I was going that way.
Yeah, because he always prides himself and like tries to boost himself up. We're not going to go too deep into it because I don't want any muskies like blowing us up or anything. But like, it's just
Musketeers.
I haven't heard that yet. That's a really good one.
I've been keeping that in the back of my head for so long, and I have never seen an opportunity to use it yet.
All right, well, I am glad that we got it on the podcast because that was hilarious. And you're so proud of yourself. I love it.
I fucking am!
Oh, gosh. Yeah, but
Oh.
yeah, that was a long tangent. But, like, I would like to meet otherworldly beings. I think that would be nice someday.
I would, you know, and my assumption is that otherworldly beings would have vastly different ideas, perceptions,
Morals.
and understandings, possibly morals. No, actually, yeah, they absolutely probably would, than we would. And I would like to talk to someone else that's not a human, because that's really the best way that you're gonna get like
Perspective.
mind blowing. You're like, yeah, how do you come up with an idea that is not invented yet?
Exactly. And like with all the technology and stuff we have here, we can only go in so many different directions without introducing something entirely new, like a new energy source, a new type of metal, or just like anything like that.
So the really cool thing about what you just said is that is exactly what happened before the discovery of electricity. Around the 1700s-ish, there were people in the scientific community that thought that they had discovered everything there was to discover, and there was no further way to advance human society.
Huh.
And then electricity was discovered, an idea of the concept of a thing that was not it didn't exist. I mean, it existed, but it wasn't in our scope of existence. It didn't fit our little bubble of like, oh, here's all the things
Man-made
that we
stuff.
Would... Oh shit! It grew. It's bigger now.
Yeah. Oh, that blew it
So,
up.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, look at all of the, like, our medical technology alone with electricity and other things has advanced so fucking much that we are discovering old people diseases at an alarming rate, or have.
Oh my
have
god,
been.
yeah.
That why is cancer such a big issue now? Because people stopped dying at 60 and are dying at like 90.
Mm-hmm.
Our bodies, our medical technology has advanced far enough to increase the longevity of our bodies, but our bodies haven't caught up with that yet.
Nope, our bodies are
bodies
still
have not
making cancerous
evolved.
cells, and because they're like, I feel like I'm supposed to be dead now, so I'm gonna start that process.
I don't think it's quite like that, but it's more of the...
I know.
The like, yeah, but our bodies are like, well, we have to keep living. We don't have the ability to keep living, but we gotta keep doing it somehow. And then
Yeah. Yeah, Journey's very much hoping that by the time we get into our, like, 50s and 60s, there's, like, anti-aging things that help us keep our youthful looks, 56-year-old youthful looks.
Right.
And I think that would be
that is-
amazing.
I have very mixed feelings about that, and I know how that would
Interesting.
happen. They would. Your DNA has something called telomeres. They're
Okay, guys,
repetitive
okay,
gene
scientists up in this
sequences.
bitch, let's go.
Shut the fuck up. I mean, yes, but shut the fuck up.
I love it, keep going!
The telomeres are essentially what keep you reproducing, because your genes, every time they split and reproduce, they lose like 4 of those little like ladder bits. They lose 4 of them every single time. The very end of the DNA strand that gets cut off, those are the telomeres. So you are allowed to exist for as long as you have those telomeres. Once you run out of those telomeres, your body can't reproduce those cells. So like there's telomeres in fucking everything, in skin cells, nail cells, hair cells, like your hair color even. And so once you run out of telomeres, you now start losing part of your DNA. And so that's what makes like your skin get all old and wrinkly,
And like
is
paper-like.
because- Yeah, because your body cannot reproduce perfect cells with every single fucking combination of DNA they need to be exactly perfect in your prime, essentially.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
if they figure out a way to like attach telomeres on the end of your DNA, then yeah, that would be able to happen. Now, it is also, if I understand it correctly, telomeres are also the thing that allow you to not just reduce age, but also like keep living. So the other concern, though, is hypothetically, like if you increase the telomeres, would you add years onto your life? Could you, instead of dying at like 90, would you die at like 150 as long as you kept adding telomeres?
And then
Well, the
whenever
problem
you're
with
ready
that
to
is,
die...
if you stop the capability of humans to die, how fast do we overpopulate this earth?
And with that... man, I have
Think about other countries with dictators. Think about countries with dictators.
Yeah, and like what the thing I was thinking of is healthcare. If it keeps going the way that it does, and telomere production, if they like make that, what if you can't have it after a certain point? Like, what if they cut you off at an age range, or
there
like
is
maybe you lose your
no-
insurance and you just literally die because you can't get the telomeres anymore?
I mean,
That's kind of like how we
Yes.
are now, but like,
yeah, but think about
That's
it. There's no
wild.
fucking way insurances are going to cover a process for attaching telomeres to your DNA.
So you
They're
just
only
have
gonna
to be the
sell that
rich.
to the richest motherfuckers on the planet.
so then it's only going to be the rich that are forever living and forever sucking up money. Yikes.
Yep.
That's a rough way to look at it. Ooh. Ooh. Damn.
Do you think that Civil War vet, or that Civil War vet, do you think that war vet with cancer is going to get the telomeres they need to stop producing cancer? Fuck no, they won't.
Nope, it's gonna be another Bezos, Elon, whatever,
Yep.
that
Yep.
they want to keep living and keep making money and being arrogant, they're gonna keep going because they have literally all the money they could ever want. And that's so crazy.
And it's still not enough, but whatever, I guess.
Yeah, it's so fucking stupid. Next question is, swapping over things.
Do it.
How much influence do
Do
you
it,
think
bitch.
you have on people? Don't call me a bitch.
Bitch, I will, bitch!
Your influencing is making me sad.
I have absolutely zero concept of the influence I have on people. But then, like, the stories I tell of the weird fucking shit that happens to me, every time I tell Amy some dumb fucking story about how I got someone to do something that, like, they're not technically, like, well, this isn't allowed, but I'll do it this one time. It's like, that happens so much, and I have zero concept of it.
So you have a pretty good charisma, but low self-awareness.
High charisma and intelligence, really low wisdom.
See, and I feel the same, though, because it's like, I don't feel like I understand my existence and my speech, anything I say or do, can influence other people. It's hard to, like, visualize that, because you're kind of, like, in your own body. You're like, okay, well, I'm going to do this funny thing, because it makes me laugh, and it'll make others laugh, but then you find out 4 years down the road that someone who you told a joke to, they were like, yeah, that started my comedian career, or something, and it's
Right?
like, the little inklings of, like, you just dropped into someone's life at the perfect moment can completely change them. And that's wild.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I had a student that I still talk to. He dead ass, like, he was trying to figure out a degree for himself. He really liked theater, and he wanted to do theater. I'm just like, take theater as a minor, because the amount of people that major in theater and then make a profitable living, like a not starving artist degree out of
a healthy living
is so small. It's so small. And he actually he's back in school now, and he went with like some type of it wasn't a computer science major, but it was like a some type of a not security. Shit! I told him what it was! But it was some type of it was a certificate. It was a 2-year certificate program that would basically, it was adjacent to a computer science major. It was affordable for him, and he's doing it right now. And I'm just like, I have no concept. Like, oh yeah, that's a thing. That's cool. And other people are like, bitch, you fucking decided someone's life, like you decided someone's career for them.
I mean, realistically, yeah. But, like, see, even your little input gives them the perspective to take a step back and look at their other options and be like, oh, okay, you know what? This sounds like a good idea. And, like, theater is really nice, it's nice to have that in our culture and everything, but it is really hard to get into as well.
Unless you've got, like, a relative or a friend who has a direct connection to the thing that's gonna not make it so you're living paycheck to paycheck. Like, hopefully I'm wrong, but like from my understanding, it's just like, it's not a dependable career choice.
Yeah, it's very hard to get into. I haven't tried anything myself, but I've had a few theater friends who had gotten into that and then either, dropped out because something happened or just money-wise wasn't a good idea. And we're not saying it's a terrible idea. If you're wanting to get into that, you do you and figure it out. It just, sometimes it's harder to get paid really well in doing those types of things.
Well, right, and I think it should, like, I don't think it's a useless degree. Like, no, that's important for the stability of a culture and a society to maintain empathy as a human attribute. Mm-hmm. Like, no, art and creation, like, those things are important, and that's what kind of pivots that, I think. Mm-hmm. It just really sucks how it's like, you better be really fucking good or have the correct connections in order to make it so that you can actually afford a dwelling place on your own and not have to, like, you know, kind of just like live hand to mouth until you get your big break. And it's like, okay, but you're never guaranteed. No one's guaranteed that. Like,
yeah, and like I was gonna try and say I feel like it's a flooded thing too, like a lot of people try and get into it, but I really don't have an idea of that. I do have an idea, however, like nowadays in general, it feels like everyone's kind of living check to check too. Like people are moving in with
right, and it's
a lot
not,
of people, yeah.
Right,
Excuse
in today's
me.
economy, right, it's not just...
Sorry, I didn't want to adjust my tits in front of the screen. Female
If there was
people
no
understand.
Screen, if we were not recording, you would have just fucking done it. You know,
Yeah.
and I know it.
Yeah, but like the thing is boobs, when you have them in bras, they like slowly slump down to the bottom of it, so you have to like pick them up and adjust them. Otherwise, your nipples are like
You're
this.
describing a toddler. Like, oh yeah, they just kind of slump down and fall over. Gotta pick them back up.
You just pick them up. They'll learn how to hold themselves up eventually. You just gotta keep teaching them. Throw it up over his shoulder like not.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh gosh.
But let's see. What was it? Amy was actually telling me one time I was really similar to a coworker, or a manager or coworker, I can't remember which, but someone she used to work with. It's like, no, you're just like this guy where you spend so little time with them, but you have like the biggest fucking impact on people. And I'm just like, okay, I don't know what to do with that information. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like your personality's so big, and like you're just being, and people are like, wow, this is a really fun person to be around. Like I want to be more like them or be around them more, and it's just like
or the polar opposite where you're like, oh my god, can you not yell so loud? Fucking Christ.
Journey always tells me he's probably going to be deaf by 30 because of me.
Wait, isn't he like 28?
He's 26.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
27. I'm older than him.
No, I always forget. God, like, Journey appears, I wouldn't even say looks, but he appears or carries himself so much older than what he really is.
Oh yeah. He has like big business energy.
Yeah, or just like always looking at the big picture kind of mentality.
And I've never had that. It blows my mind how he's just like, I'm gonna do this thing, and then he does the thing, and I'm gonna give
ADHD problems. What? You actually do what you're gonna say?
I have a fucking... I went to the doctor like a month and a half ago, and they're like, all right, go get some x-rays done and some blood work done, and we'll see you in a month and a half. And I did not do it. So when I went into the thing with the doctor, she was like, all right, so what are we talking about today? And I said, how I'm a bad person because I forgot to do these things. She had sympathy, though, because she was also ADHD.
Oh, that's great.
But yeah, it's just like, the entire month too, I'm like having a little bit of anxiety from it. I'm like, man, they're gonna be so mad at me, like I need to get this done, and that doesn't help. It just makes me more anxious.
No, it makes you, it's like, and this is a fucking ADHD thing, when it's like, you have like 3 big person responsible things you have to do. And there's a tier list of, like, the order of importance. And the one at the top of the list is always, like, creates the most anxiety. And you're like, no, I'll do the bottom one first.
Yep, I'm gonna work up to what makes me more anxious.
Right. And then, once you get in trouble for not completing the highest priority task, you go, no, but I did these other things. I wasn't useless. I did the other things.
You try and make up for it? Yep. I got a lot of other stuff done.
But I did these other things. See, instead of doing the one thing that actually mattered, I did like 7 other important things, but didn't really matter in compared to this one.
Nope. Yep. Like, I know I had to get that done. It was in the back of my mind the entire time, but...
Avoiding it.
Yes.
It was back in my entire mind, avoiding it.
Man, fucking... Speaking of avoiding stuff, Journey was away for a week for like a work trip, and I think to keep myself busy, I just kept doing shit. So, as you can see, I've already moved this room around again since last time we did a podcast.
Hey, what's that cool frog decoration over there?
You mean this?
That one.
You mean this?
Yeah, that one.
This is a beautiful little thing Amy and Brian got me for my birthday. Look at how cute it is. A little frog pumpkin, and it lights up. Here, I'll turn it off so it's a little easier. He's so cool. Yeah, but
the funnier thing was how much that relates to your D&D character, because you collect frogs, you licked a poison dart frog, but because you're a fucking dwarf, you had advantage on this poisons on the con save for poison, and you're multi-classing a barbarian and warlock, and you really have a thing for witch hat. So it's just like right here.
Yes, it was so perfect. Yeah, and I'm still trying to find a way to shove the frog down someone else's throat to poison them. Brian won't let me collect poison from the frog. He won't let me dab it off or anything. I have to make someone else lick the frog.
That is... Oh my god. Or you could just make fucking poison!
I can do brew stuff, so maybe I can find a way to just make bad beer and have it be poisonous. Like, I know how to make beer, and I know how not to make beer, so I will not make beer really bad. Bye, Brian!
This is why I am the disappointed DM.
Yep.
This is why.
Yep, if I remember, I'll pop up like a picture or something of... It's from our podcast, a picture of him just going like this, and that is the main Discord picture of our D&D.
Of our D&D group.
Dungeons and Disappointments.
Yep. Yeah, so the whole joke with our Halloween episode, which we filmed in fucking November, we've been like, oh yeah, and then our Christmas one will be filmed, won't post until New Year's. And then it's like, or none of them will post ever.
Yeah, that's okay. I can like clip a little bit from this and post it up just as a, hey guys, we're still alive, we just fucked up. That is so cute. I'm sad. Oh god. I thought that was like the underside. This is the underside.
Nope. I don't want to see his balls.
Look at his butthole. Oh, that's not the tail.
That's right. No, Amy and I had the same thing. It was this shark was an angry butthole.
This one's a sad butthole.
It's a happy shark with an angry butthole.
Angry fin hole.
You gotta emphasize that B, that hole.
Butthole. My
Butthole.
lips. I saw the go.
Do it again. Do it again.
You have to like. You have to bite your lips and then. You have to push. Yeah. Push really hard.
Butthole. Butthole.
You gotta puff your cheeks. Hey guys, we're just here just saying butthole really hard. How you doing? Yeah, I hope you're enjoying the content.
Oh, my stomach hurts.
Happy holidays,
right.
mother truckers. Happy butthole
Happy go
holiday.
fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, ow. Oh. On to another topic. What are the actual topics on our list?
Yeah, we got 3. So let's see. We are currently 42 minutes in. So let's keep going.
Oh, good. Yeah, we're so good on time. Let's see. It's Halloween. You're home alone, but you hear footsteps in your house. What do you do?
fucking shit my pants.
Out of your butthole.
We do this every time.
Ellie! Oh, Ellie!
Oh no, the brine is broken.
Oh.
Man.
I've always been broken, bitch.
I mean, same. I got you, bro. I think I would get really scared. I used to when I lived by myself. I would keep weapons hidden places in my apartment. Like,
oh my god.
They weren't like insane weapons. Like I had some kind
No.
a bazooka. Get out of my house! I'll kill us both.
Yeah, right.
I had like a golf club or like a little bat or something. Just like little things I would keep around that like if someone came in, I had a swinger. Yeah. But yeah, no, I think I would get super terrified. Also, this is our Halloween topic section. There's 3 for each major one. So that's why this one's a little creepy. But I think calling the cops, hiding somewhere, making sure my Daisy is safe, and, get the cops. All the cops. What about you?
What?
Get all the cops.
Get all the cops. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh god. Oh, I gotta be careful how I breathe. My stomach's hurting. No,
Good.
so I actually do have a story for this one. When I was like younger, like maybe high school. My dad was gone on a business trip, so it was just me, my mom, and my brother. And we heard some noise in the basement of one of the very rare houses in Arizona that has basements. It had a basement and a second story. And we heard a noise, didn't know what it was, and instead of like investigating or like fucking understanding that there's literally no fucking way anyone could break into our basement. No, we had these like tall bar stools that we like put against the door, and then we used like my dad's briefcase. We had to like shove it in between the chair and the door to make it like impenetrable to break through. And then we all slept upstairs in my mom's room. Like my brother and I got sleeping bags and whatever, and we just like camped out all together, like freaking out over nothing. And it's like, it's so funny because when you have basements, there's multiple entryways into a basement. Through the window wells. Like you open the window and you can usually, climb out the little hole or with a ladder for a fire escape. It's like building code for that to happen.
Right.
And it was, you could take the grate off outside, drop down into the hole, but it's like you couldn't get in unless you broke the fucking glass on the window to get in.
You would hear that first.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But did we think about that? Nope. We just freaked ourselves out and like had our self-inflicted panic attacks. Like now though, like knowing what I know now, I always investigate. Like if I hear a weird noise, it's usually just something like slumps over, like it's teetering at a balance point and just falls over.
Mm-hmm.
So I always investigate. Like now, it depends on what the noise is. Like if it sounds like
footsteps.
Depends on where and like what type of sound. If it sounds like someone dropping to the floor, I might investigate, or I might just call 911, like one of those two.
Mm-hmm.
But not really like. It's not like a horror movie where it's like the dumb white bitch goes and like, "Hello, I heard someone get stabbed in here." Like, no, not like that.
Hello, I have a weapon. You cannot hurt me.
Yeah, right.
Just like comes out with a banana.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I feel like now, where I live, if I were to, let's just say Justin and Journey went out for a trip or something, and I was home alone, I think it would be a worse situation, because I'm usually home and high by myself.
Oh,
So
good.
I'll be
That's so
was
good.
was that a real noise, or was that just like the house moving?
That just the house.
The house
moving.
needed
The
to
house
adjust its tits.
grew lit. It wasn't the house had to adjust its tits, it was the house had to adjust its tits. That is what got me.
Oh my gosh. You're still hurting?
Oh, it's gonna. It's not as bad as it was before, but it's gonna keep going.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. We're not even halfway done, buddy. Let's go.
Nope, I'm already toast. I'm already hosed.
Oh gosh.
Let's okay. Fuck you. You ask the next question.
Oh, fuck you, I guess. We can go back and forth. That's okay.
Oh.
Do you want to do B or C? Because I kind of like C more.
Seymour, what?
Butts! I had no reaction time on point.
Oh, yep, there it is. No.
Good. Feel the pain. Feel the burn. How old were you when you saw your first horror movie? And did it affect you mentally? I'll add that on.
My parents were hella fucking restrictive. Like, to the point where I was threatened with I would be grounded if I had a girlfriend before I was 16. Like, that's how strict they were.
Okay, so I'm just learning more and more how opposite we are, and like when we grew up, because I had a boyfriend, different boyfriends from like 10 and on.
Well, I mean, you were also like what? You weren't the last child, but like the second to last.
Mm-hmm. My brother was the last one.
Yeah, birth placement has a huge impact on that. Firstborns are it's like you get all of the worst editions of your parents' parenting, and then like if you're towards the end, you either get the best edition or the we don't give a fuck edition.
I got the we don't give a fuck edition.
Yeah.
Yeah, like out of all 5 kids, I was this one and this my little brother. So yeah. It definitely makes a difference.
Oh yeah. I think my first actual horror movie was it was Saw, and I saw that in college. Like, that was my first one. And
Insane.
I loved Saw. Saw was so good. I didn't like the gore, but just the psychological profiling, like, just the whole, like, well, what am I doing? Is it actually wrong? I'm only targeting bad people. Like, that whole shit, it was just like... mind blown. Like, that was my first exposure to, I think, flexing the moral compass. Like, okay, if stealing is wrong, but you're stealing because you don't want to die of hunger, how wrong is that? Like, it was my first, like, real big encounter with that type of thinking.
Interesting.
Yeah. So that got me questioning a lot of things. Not contemplating if murder is good or not, but
being like, this guy thinks
topics.
He's doing it right because of his reasoning. Like, he thinks he's in the right, and there's really not a good reason for murder. Like, there's very, like, few,
like,
and even
beyond self-defense, like, outside of that, there aren't a lot of...
Exactly, yeah. So I get that, okay.
But, like... Yeah, that was my first... that's the first one that I remember. I might have seen one when I was, like... Maybe during one of my summers, I was hanging out with a friend. We may have seen one, but I don't remember it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Interesting. I, again, my parents didn't watch too closely what I watched, so I probably saw my first horror movie when I was, like... 9 or 10, like really young, and that's just because it was on the TV while it was just like playing. So I like sat down and watched it, and it was called Darkness Falls. It's about this little town where sorry what a little Rick Sanchez.
It was just funny. It was just
fluid.
It was just right in there.
Dude, that's just my vernacular. Burping is just in there. I'll try and balance him while I'm talking. It's either I sit him in front of the headset or behind it, otherwise it doesn't want to stay. So it's about a creepy tooth fairy that if you're a kid and you look while she's taking your teeth, she tries to kill you because she doesn't want to be seen. And, like,
Jesus.
There's just, like, a fucked up story where she's, like, from the olden times, kids would bring her money and then for their teeth. And they decided she was a witch and they burned her alive. So she just goes around with a porcelain mask to cover her burns and stuff from all the light.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so it fell. I was scared of the dark for so long. Like, I would do that thing.
Oh, yeah.
You'd go to the kitchen with all the lights on, and you would turn them off as you go, but if you turn it off, I would run to the next one, turn it off, and then run to my bedroom. Like, I did not want to get caught by that tooth fairy.
So you saw a TikTok trend of that, where people would, like, turn the lights off and run, and then have another friend chase them like it's the shadow monster or
like
whatever.
they're demons.
And then they would get in the bed and then been like, oh, man.
Yeah! Barely missed them. They shut the door on me.
Right.
Yes.
But the bed saves you. You're safe in the bed, though, because that makes sense at that time.
Only if you have everything on the bed. If you have a limb off the bed, you're gonna fucking get pulled under your bed and die.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's true.
I think I had more of the fear that if my hand was hanging off the bed or something, that a spider would get me. This is when I was scared of spiders. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was more possible than an actual monster under my bed, because I think for a while I didn't have an under to my bed. I either had, like, a frame that was flush all the way down.
Oh, like on the ground, yeah.
Or, like, a water bed where there's literally no way to have an under.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was my first horror movie, and I think I want to rewatch it now just to see how it differs from when I saw it when I was a kid, because now it'll probably be way less scary.
That would be fun. Oh, we should do that together.
Yeah.
And then, like, I don't know, just compare, like, see if it was actually a good horror or like a B-rated horror. Because God, B-rated horrors are so fucking funny.
I saw one that was called, like, Creeper Van. Oh, it was so cheesy. It was like this guy had a van that he rigged to have a bunch of, like, killer traps in it. Like, one of the windows, instead of slowly rolling up, it would and, like, cut off people's heads.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was hilarious. I saw that in, like, high school.
Oh, man.
I'd be so down for that.
One of my favorites that I saw was called Drainiac. It was about a water demon that would, like, they would take a bath and it would kill them or something. Like, the entire premise was just so fucking, like, there was no premise. It was just this water demon that would, like, come up from the drain and kill people or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But the funnier part was in that there was, like, you know, the old previews you used to see, because that's how old that movie was. No, there was an advertisement for a movie called The Killer Condom, the rubber that will rub you out. And it was just like, it was like Slinkies. It looked like a fucking Slinky crawling over itself when the condoms would, like, move through the street.
Ew.
And it was like, lead investigator, Luigi Macaroni. That's the
just,
character
like,
name
really
they came up with.
cheesy. That's not for real?
Yeah, no, that was the name of that was the main character in that was the lead investigator, Luigi Macaroni.
Oh, that's so bad. That's because my brain goes from Super Mario to mac and cheese, and, like, that is just such a bad name. Oh no!
Like, now there's actually, like, top-rated B-rated movies, like what is it called? The Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. That's actually a really fucking good one. That one was purposefully made to be slapstick comedy.
Mm-hmm.
That one is really good, but there's a very, very, very large, wide difference between movies that were intended to be stupid and then, like, this shit.
Yep. There are some movies that take themselves way too seriously when they should have been a more funny and, like, goofy
they would have made bank if they doubled down on the, like, nah, this movie's gonna be fucking stupid. Oh, they would have. It would have been a top rater.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Like, I think, isn't, the one you said,
Attack of Killer Tomatoes?
No,
Draniac?
the one you said your first horror movie. Saw.
Oh, Saw.
Saw. That was one that, like, they only recorded it in one room with the first movie, didn't they? Like, that one had a really low budget.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, so, like, that could have been really crappy. Like, you had so little to work with, but they made a whole franchise out of it. Like, that's wild.
Oh, yeah. The first one was so fucking good, they made more. I think I quit after 5. Like, it started to get old and repetitive and just, like, the plot's not advancing.
Mm-hmm.
This is not good anymore.
Yeah, because with those, you either kill the bad guy at the end, or you keep them alive and keep them returning, and it's like, either way, is it never going to end?
Oh, no, they did it worse. The main villain died, and
spoilers.
Yeah, it's old enough. That was 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
The main villain, like, died of cancer or something. Covered a cassette recording in wax, swallowed it, and then, like, when they did the autopsy, found it, gave it to an FBI agent who's been working on the case. No, it turns out that FBI agent was this crazy guy's protege, like, groomed him to be the next serial killer or whatever, and it's like, it was a really crazy, like, cliffhanger ending. It was not done poorly, but it was just like, okay, so when is this, like, it's gotta end.
Yeah, like, everything has to at some point, or else it just becomes too much. Like, you can oversaturate your audience with the stuff that you make. Yeah, that kind of sucks. Did we want to talk about what we did over Halloween?
Oh, we probably should. Question here is, Halloween? We didn't do anything for Halloween.
Oh, well, I just went out and partied, and,
I'll
tell you about my Halloween then real quick. We can cut this out if we want to.
Go it.
But, yeah, I don't know what I was originally planning for Halloween, but I wound up going out with one of my new friends. We went out to Gilbert, and we went to this one bar. It was like Whiskey Row or something. And then we went and we were walking around, and
that
we're like...
sounds familiar.
Yeah. You probably know what it is. I can't think of...
Probably heard of it.
I think it's like Dierks Bentley's Whiskey Row, or like some kind of country guy's place. Mm-hmm. And we were like, let's go to another bar. So we looked one up on the phone, went around the corner, and...
Wait, go to a what?
A different bar.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, so we tried
You'd cut out for a second. Okay, go to a different bar, you look for it, go around the corner, and then...
Yeah. It was, like, really low-key. There was, like, a stairs going down. There was a security guard, and then, like, 2 other people. One person was talking to the security guard, and the other one was like, this is, like, supposed to be a secret bar, and you have to, like, sign up and get passwords to get in, and this is the password for tonight. Fuck? Yeah. And they gave us the password, so we went up to the dude and gave it to him, and he let us down, and, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was so freaking cool!
Oh, I was thinking it was just like some weird shit some drunk says. I didn't think it was like gonna be real. Holy fuck.
I did too. They were definitely a little sloshed, but she was like telling us all of that. And when you get down to that first area, it's just a hallway with a bookshelf at the end, and you're supposed to, like, they knock, and you're supposed to open the bookshelf to get into the bar. Like, it was so freaking cool.
Oh, how do I make money?
Oh, I mean, there was tons of people there. There were a lot of people. I think if you get onto their emailing list, you can just go whenever. You just get the password each day or something. Yeah.
That sounds so awkwardly secluded. Like, how the fuck do you make money if, like, you have to go through all of that effort to get a password to be allowed entry, like, don't get me wrong, that's super fucking cool how it kind of, like, resembles a speakeasy.
Yeah.
But, like, God, that's so much effort. It's like, shit.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what they were going for, too. I'll look up where we went and, like, put it on the screen or something if you guys wanted to look it up. But it was just really fun. We had already had a few drinks at that point, so when we went down, we were like, oh my god, it's a fucking secret bar! So that was.
And then you get outside and you say it louder.
Yep. Yeah, of course.
Oh yeah. If you could only wear one Halloween costume for the rest of your life for any Halloween, what would it be?
Gosh, I feel like it has to be something super silly or like recognizably funny for it to be worth it to wear every single year. I think when we did it last time, I said Danny Sexbang because I fucking love Danny Sexbang. I mean, I feel like Raven is always a good one for people to recognize, and you can style it up pretty fun.
Yeah. I know the last time we did this, my answer was either my Joker cosplay, or this is what I'm adding to it. I think I would actually do this one better just because it's easier. So there's like this, I wouldn't even call it an anime, but it's a Japanese cartoon called... Oh shit, I can't even remember the name of it. I haven't seen it in so long.
Describe it.
It starts with IZ, I remember that. And it's about like this pig who he owns this shop, gets a weird package, and it's this alien that wears a shark suit with pink shorts on, and there's holes in the pink shorts. And they just go on adventures and they try to get the pink shark back, or the alien back home. And like the entire first season is not even 30 minutes long.
Oh,
the
interesting.
cutest cartoon I've ever seen. So what did I do? I found a shark onesie and fucking bought it. Found like pink golf shorts, got like the double or triple XL, cut holes in them, and I went as what I think like the alien, like, you know, possesses a TV and says, "My name is by the way." That's like the only actual like English line in that entire thing. Everything else is like mumble words. And so it's like, yeah, the alien's name is by the way.
Yeah, I love it. I remember that was our main profile picture for this. I think it still is, actually.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right, it is.
And I was in my Danny Sexbang for that. So I think that's a pretty perfect picture for our thing, which
right?
I might change it soon because we both found a picture of us doing this pose when we were just really excited about something. So I might try and mix that in somewhere. But yeah. That is great.
Yeah, no, like I love that because no one knows what it is, and it looks weird enough, but safe enough that you can ask me about it. Been like, okay, so the fuck is this?
Yeah, yeah. And then you get to tell them the cute story of the anime.
Oh,
I love it.
It's not an anime. It is not an anime. It does not have the anime style artwork to it. It is just a. I know it's weird. No, it's weird. Like I'm not trying to be weird. No, but it's like, it's not, I don't think it's classified as an anime. It's not the anime style.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have the, like, the classic, like, foundations to be considered an anime. I don't think it is. So, I found it. I found the little, like, season 1 is, like, not even 30 minutes. It's called Inazuma Delivery. It's a little pig guy that works for a delivery service.
Mm-hmm.
And he gets a delivery of an alien inside a box, and the alien wears a shark suit. And it's like one of the best things I've ever watched.
Well, you guys heard it. Go watch it. It sounds adorable. And then we can all get the reference.
Right? I mean, first season's not even 30 minutes, so like...
Easy watch through.
Shorter than this podcast. So this is a, I would call this a new type of holiday game for us. We had a bunch of games and shit ideas, and like we tried one of them, and we need to do more of them. So let's say we're gonna call this a game. This game is called How White Are These Questions? Like on some type of a scale between 1 and Live, Laugh, Love My Ass Off.
Oh my gosh! Yes.
We are going to, we found websites for like, oh, these are questions that you can ask like at your family Thanksgiving. And it's like, no, you should not. You really should not. But we're gonna ask it anyway.
Yeah, we were trying to find something to do for Thanksgiving other than, just talk about our Thanksgiving because, not every time we can do that. So some of these, they were like the first ones that popped up, and I was just trying to think of Thanksgiving questions, not questions to ask at Thanksgiving, and we started reading through them, and they were just really cringy.
Like, not just like, well, I mean, the whole idea behind these, I think, was to like, oh, how do you prevent, the Thanksgiving meal conversation from turning into politics or whatever? And there was like a couple of TikToks. I think you sent me one or Amy sent me one of a girl shows Grandma the tattoo she got, and Grandma just like, how could you do this to your body? And then like my favorite fucking meme of like Auntie so-and-so mentioned something about like, well, you know a tattoo is permanent, right? And then the automatic retort is, well, your marriage wasn't, or something like to that effect.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's the idea behind these, but God, like, these are so fucking... Some of these are really just like, bland. That's the right word.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see here. I'll start off. Would you... Now, you don't have to answer this. You're just on a scale of like 1 to 10 or some other like white basic bitch-ass response. Would you rather give a turkey a bath or mash a bathtub full of potatoes?
What the fuck? That's just like that. What if questions are fun, but that is just literally so weird. Like, neither. Why would you want to do either?
Would you rather bathe a wild animal or do way too much fucking work? Like, I would do neither.
Yeah. So this one is just... These ones are just so generic.
I would put that as like a 5 or 6. 6 is just because it's a little slightly weird, but it's like...
It's like weird in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
Like, there's fun weird and there's like, weird.
There's like, shut the fuck up.
Yes, there is. This one's just a little weird. I feel like a lot of these questions would just prompt, like, silence in a way. Because, like, you really want me to answer that?
Right.
Like, who's the funniest person at the table and why? Who cares? Like, that's a weird one. That literally gets you nowhere. That might spark a conversation of, I'm funnier than you. No, I'm funnier.
And then, or it's like the gloater, the one-upper that's like, oh yeah, well one time I said this funny thing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I can't with one-uppers. Like, seriously, you can't just be content in who you are and just not have to be extra.
Right. I would put that one at a 4 or a 5, only because it is so fucking repetitive. Like, yeah, it's really basic, but like that whole, who is the, it's like like the high school superlatives. It's like no one actually fucking cares unless someone gets a really unique one that is specifically designed for them because of whatever insert story here.
Exactly. And it's like, you can say who's this, who's that all day, every day. Like, I want to actually get to know you, not get to know which one of you is funniest. Like, come on. Right.
And that totally depends on the day anyway.
Yeah.
So this one, I think this might be rated a little higher, the basicness of it.
Okay.
Would you rather wear a silly hat to Thanksgiving dinner or wear funny mittens on Christmas morning?
Yeah, that's like an 8. Oh.
I was thinking like 7 minimum. Like, that's got to be at least a 7.
It's like
no one
feels
fucking
like it's
cares.
so PG.
It is. Oh, it's totally like can't offend anyone.
Oh, it's weird.
That's.
Oh, this was one that you and I were both laughing about. So this is under column romantic partners to ask each other.
No.
Weird.
Oh no. We talked about this.
Uh-huh. You know where this is going. All right, guys.
I think I know which one this is.
What did you really think of me on our first date? That can go so bad. Like, what if you had a bad first date and you're like, yeah, I thought your feet stunk and your hair was too wild. And like now, like X amount of years later, of you guys being together.
So in that respect, I think that would actually come off way funnier than we're thinking of it. What I hate more about that question is like, is that supposed to be at the table with like 19 other people? Because I wouldn't fucking talk about, like, I don't even know if I would talk about that in front of Amy's family. Like, I don't hide much from them, but like, I don't know if I would have been like, I don't know. My first time I met her was with her and the rest of you fucks. Like,
right.
And not fucks in a bad way, but just like, I don't know. She was the
Yeah, because it's like, it could get dirty if you want to go that direction. It could be just like, it could be something a little hurtful, or it could be something super goofy. But, like, it's not something you say around everyone.
That's my problem with it. It's like, I would say this to her, and we have talked about this before, but I wouldn't say that, like, and that maybe we're reading too much into it. Maybe it's like, maybe you're not supposed to ask the whole table. Maybe it's only with the significant other, but it's like, I don't know. I'm envisioning you ask these at, like, any fucking table when it's not just the two of you. Like, it's everyone. That's how I'm envisioning it, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that one isn't too bad. I'd say, like, a 3 or 4.
I would say that, I don't know. That one cringes me a lot, though. But, so, like, I would put that, like...
It gives an air of distrust in a way. Like, what did you really think of me? And it's like,
yeah.
Are you digging for bad or good things? Like, what are you looking for?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would put that at, like a 5, because it's, it's a basic question, but it's also, like, depends on how you use that.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't give me that, like, sheer, like, yeah, it cringes me, but not for the basic white part of it. It's the, like, oh fuck,
It feels like a weird question. Yeah,
it's a weird, like, borderline inappropriate to ask at, like, a dinner table with other relatives.
Mm-hmm. I think that's the thing with some of these is that the super generic ones are, again, just way too PG. Like, they're way too set for nothing to go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what'd you find?
Would you rather not get passed food during Thanksgiving dinner, or constantly have to be passing food for other people during the meal?
That's so stupid. That's so dumb. That's
I would put this higher. Yeah. Like, how the fuck is that a question? Like,
you're going to be doing that regardless. Like, it happens. It's like
you're either going to be doing both or none.
Yeah, that's so weird. And, like, the thing is, for me, it's a little weird with some of these questions because I don't know my family too much. Like, I have passed with them and all that stuff, but I don't know them as people. So, like, the question of who's the funniest one, I couldn't fucking answer that. They all think they're hilarious. We all think we're hilarious. And it's like, it's hard to just be like, I think you're this type of person and you're that type of... It's a weird thing to bring
And then
up.
you start, like, profiling people.
Right.
Yep. Alright, where'd you put that one at?
What was it again?
Would you rather not get passed food at all, or would you rather be constantly passing?
That one's a 10 for just being so dumb.
I don't know. I don't know if I'd put it at a 10, but definitely like 8 or 9.
Yeah.
That to me is like the 8 or 9 range. I don't think I've found my 10 yet.
Well, I mean, this one's a pretty fun one. This one's a little nicer. What's your favorite dad joke of all time? Bless you.
Ooh.
I think that one's a good one.
Dad joke. That's pretty low on the basic white bitch. It's like, no, that's a serious question. I'm actually contemplating this.
Good.
Well, my favorite right now is the whole Indeed Outdeed thing. I don't remember if we talked about that here or before we started recording. But something I do with Amy, and that'd be even better if this is all repetitive.
Yep.
But something I do with Amy now is she'll be like, oh, Indeed, or something that we're like both excited about. And I'll be like, Indeed, why not Outdeed? And it just gets her going, like, fucking why? Fucking why do you have to do that?
Yep, mine is alrighty, and I go,
No.
and a lefty?
Why not all left?
Yeah, I
Or
like
something
it.
like that. The one that I started doing with Amy when we first moved in together was, she'd been like, oh man, I got a story for you, and and I would always interrupt her and been like, not a woman.
I mean, yeah, it's super fun to pick those little things that we say every day and just, like, twist it a little. Like,
Oh, bitch, like your old one. Okay, so what about cheese?
I don't know when I realized it, but when people say, okay, so, like, as just a thing to continue the conversation, it always sounds like you're saying, oh, queso. Like, oh, cheese. So I just say, what about cheese? And it affected you so much. I'm so glad that you liked that one.
It fucking did. I was more mad that I hadn't seen it coming than anything else.
Yep.
And it wasn't just the one time, it was every fucking time.
Yeah, because that was something you would use as a sentence thing. You would say, okay, so all the time, and I'd be like, what about cheese? What about cheese?
I think it got me to stop saying it because it happened so often. I wasn't conscious. No, not in a bad way, but I was so conscious of how often I said it, and I said it a lot.
Yeah, but I do that too. You kind of pick up on something and just continuously use it, and then you pick up on something else and keep using it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as far as my favorite dad joke...
Oh, see, something
fell. What the fuck you doing over there? Oh no, someone broke into your house.
I thought Daisy jumped up here or something, but no, something just fell.
No.
Look at yourself in the mirror.
True horror! What is that? What is that?
I gave myself a hand.
Yep, there it is. No, my favorite one actually I would say my favorite one for the longest time was the math triangle one. You know what kind of triangle you are? You're a cute one.
Oh, no!
I know I used that on Amy not a lot, but like definitely more than once when we first started dating.
Mm-hmm. I think you'll find this more fun. There was this one like high school class I took, and there was an angle that you were supposed to figure out, but it was like halfway out of the circle, like it was not in line with it. And I used to say, "Clumsy angle, you fell out of the circle." And so we started calling that one the clumsy angle, because it was just...
Oh, no. Oh, let's see.
So yeah, that last one was like a 0 on the basic scale. It was like a 10 on the good question scale.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Oh, God. Oh, this might be... Okay. I've got two of them, and I think this one might be the worst out of the two.
Ooh, get it.
Would you rather play in the NFL with the skills you have now, or sing at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade with the skills you have now?
That's so weird for someone like me who's not a big sports fan. That just sounds like a boring question. It's just like, I don't care about football. Like, I'm not... That's a 9. That's just like... It would go over my head if someone asked me something like that.
Like, for me, too, like, I really hate American football. And, like, there's way more politics and commercials than actual sports playing. And on top of that, I really hate parades. I cannot stand them. Amy really likes the Macy's Day Parade. And she'll get up and she'll watch that. But, like, I can't, like, watching it isn't bad because, like, you're not standing there in a crowded area with a fuck ton of people.
Usually cold.
Like, when it's on TV, it's like, it's a little better. But you're only getting, like, the snips of, like, performance, not, like, however long it takes to wait for the next float to come by and stop and present and do all that.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, God, I can't fucking stand parades. Like, I can't stand them. I cannot. So both of these, it's just like, oh, God, you fucking white people. Your football and your parades.
Yeah, I didn't know you hated parades so much. I feel like I dislike them more because I'm really short, and, like, unless I'm in the front with everyone, I can't see anything.
Bring you a ladder for the next one.
Yes, I need little step stools. Like, legit, the last parade we went to was something that went down one of the Chandler areas. like on a holiday for Christmas. And when we went, it was partially raining, so we got wet. And we were, like, one of the last ones to get there, so I barely saw anything. Journey's just, like, up there looking over everyone's head. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so parades in person aren't really my jam either, but I've only been to, like, 2.
I've had another really bad one.
Oh, gosh.
Would you rather spend Thanksgiving in New York City or on a farm?
Oh, yeah, we talked about this one. It's so good. You spend Thanksgiving at people's houses with them. Like, you don't... It's so stupid.
Right? Like, I'm sorry, even if it doesn't matter what city you're in, any city in general, it's like you're not doing anything outside of that. You're at their house, you're eating their food, you're fucking leaving. Like,
yep.
The only difference is on a farm, it might be more boring if you're, like, there's literally nothing to do and you have to just, like, especially if you're, like, the black sheep in the family and you have to sit and wait until you're able to go home.
Yeah, for sure. Or, like, even if it was something in New York, you'd have to find parking? Like...
Right! You have to find parking, a taxi, you know, do it early enough before everything closes down.
Mm-hmm. Both
yeah,
of
well,
those.
if anything, a lot of places are actually now starting to be closed on Thanksgiving. Like, I think Walmart actually started being closed on Thanksgiving. Yeah, like, you would have to do all, like, whatever you wanted to do, you'd have to do it before Thanksgiving anyway, so...
Exactly. I'm kind of glad that more places are closing down for Thanksgiving, because it's not... If you forgot something, fuck you, man. Don't make someone else work when you're at home making food and enjoying your family. That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I had a friend I worked at Starbucks with. Before Starbucks, she worked at one of the movie Harkins or AMC. I don't remember which one. But no, there was actually she saw some kid she knew from high school who came and went, and you know, went up to the counter, got the ticket. She was working concessions, said hi to her, and she's like, "Oh yeah, our family always goes and sees a movie on Thanksgiving." And she's standing there glaring at her like, "Fuck you, bitch! You're the one that makes me work here. You're one of those people that like, oh, it's a tradition." Like, that's a white person question: is what traditions do you have on Thanksgiving? Being part of a fucking white colonizer culture, like, you don't have cultures, you don't have traditions. You took them from someone else anyway. So.
Yep. Exactly. Oh no. And it's funny because you are full white. What's your ethnicity? I don't even know.
I think my highest, like, my two highest are like Norwegian and Irish.
Oh, interesting.
And even then, it's like I don't have any like no, I got a little more Norwegian from my mom's side.
You're
my
Norwegian.
Grandpa's like, I'm what?
You're Norwegian.
I'm a Norwegian board.
Yes, Brian, the Norwegian board.
But instead of communing with the dead, they commune with fish. Oh, that was good.
I love it. I don't know what white I am. I'm just some kind of half white and then Hispanic, because one white parent, one Mexican parent.
Yeah. But like I have a couple of Norwegian traditions. Norwegian dumplings was a big like food tradition, but outside of that, not really anything else. Norwegian dumplings, from what my mom explained, from what I remember, they're really hard to make. Oh, but man, I remember them being really good.
Yeah, try it sometime. Maybe you can do that as a tradition.
Or at least, like, attempt to make them, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, hey, each time you do it, you're going to get better.
Possibly.
Unless you do it the exact same way every time, then you might not.
Or try a different way, and it ends up
worse.
Not helping.
Yeah.
Let's see. So,
do you want to go to the ho-ho holiday one?
You said that, and all I got was the mental picture of, like, Santa doing, like a pinup OnlyFans.
Oh, that would be wonderful.
Oh,
That's what I'll
that
do
would
for us.
be
If we ever do an OnlyFans
hilarious.
for us, we're just gonna be dressed up as sexy Santas.
Oh my god. No, there was actually, oh god, there was like, I want to say, it was some motorcycle company, like one of those high-end ones, like BMW or something. They had, they had the mechanics working on the car, the bikes, and then you also had like, they had their, models that would make their yearly pinup calendar. And then as a joke, the mechanics did their own, like, pinup version for themselves, like taking sexy positions on cars and bikes. And I think for the first year, they outsold the girls' calendar.
No way! Oh, that is
Yeah.
wonderful. I love it.
And then so they had this idea, they were fucking around with it, and the girls are like, oh my god, no, let us help you.
Yeah, if we can make it more fun with doing the guys instead, that is hilarious. I love it.
Oh, it was so funny. It was so funny. Okay, back on topic. When was the first time you suspected Santa was not real?
We talked about this one a little bit when we were picking out questions. For me, it was never like a like, oh my god, that's not real kind of thing for me. It was more of a, like, I slowly realized my parents were always wrapping the presents, or like they'd go in their room and lock the door, and you just hear the presents being wrapped.
The crinkling, yeah.
Yep. It's not. It's an easy noise to hear. Like, it's goofy that they try and hide it for so long. But the one experience I did get was one of my nephews. He started getting it ruined because when he went to school in like 6th grade, the kids were being like, oh my god, Santa's not real, and he started going through that panic of like, you guys have been lying to me this whole time.
I would say like the 6th graders would totally, like, yeah, I could see that, like the 6th graders like ruined it for him.
Right.
That I could see.
Yeah, I can't quite remember the details on that one, but I did get to see that happen. But I never went through that whole like panic of realizing mystical creatures aren't real.
Right.
What about you?
No, for me, it was like I suspected for like at least a year or two before I was told, and I was just kind of like, oh, like, again, with how strict my parents were, like I kind of learned to lie early, and so I was like, oh, okay, and pretended like it was like, oh, okay, that's new, whatever, blah 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 blah. And then, of course, I was told, now don't tell your brother. So what do you think the first thing I did is I went and told my brother. He didn't, I don't know how he was, I don't remember how he was affected by it. He didn't seem put out. Like, he didn't seem sad or upset. But I don't know. I've never really talked to him about it. I don't know how he felt. I noticed specifically because just the signatures look the same.
Yeah.
Like, the way that, and I knew, my mom has a very distinctive signature, too. So it's just like, no, bitch, you wrote this.
Yeah,
and there was at least one Christmas where I had to sit there and pretend like, oh, Santa came, even though I already know Santa did.
Yeah, at that point, you but you just need confirmation to be sure that you're right.
Yes. Yeah, like, this looks suspicious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But, okay. I still can't answer this question because I have not seen it.
How dare? Doesn't matter. Doesn't fucking matter.
So the joke question that we put on is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Yes! It's a fucking Christmas movie!
Why?
Because it happens during Christmas. So therefore, it's a Christmas movie.
Now, did it release around Christmas?
I'm pretty sure it did, because that was the whole thing, is like being able to like save the world in time for Christmas. So I'm kind of running under the assumption that it released around the Christmas holiday. I fucking hate that one. What is
All right. Okay, just like guess a day. Just give me a day that you think, or area. Like December?
I'm gonna guess December, yeah.
All right, Die Hard was released on July 22nd, 1988.
Oh. What about Die Hard 2?
Die Hard 2 July 2nd, 1990. Neither around Christmas. It may have,
What about Die Hard 3? What about Die Hard 3?
Oh my god! May 19, 1995.
Doesn't matter. It's still a Christmas movie.
I will see it eventually. I have so many movies to catch up on like big ones, but I'm getting there. Okay, so we can do this as a last question.
What about cheese? What about cheese, bitch?
Alright, you got me. You got me.
I did.
But see how easy it is? It's just those little things that you say sound
is.
like something else.
Yeah.
Okay. So our last kind of joke question, too, is, how much do you love or hate Mariah Carey songs around the holidays? All I want for Christmas
Jesus fucking
is
Christ.
you. I hate
I
it.
need, like, a proper banishment ritual. And just no.
Send her back to the 9 hells.
Yeah. Nothing personal against Mariah Carey. It's just like, God, it's been 1 week since you looked at me. No.
I do that
Amy
too.
with that a lot.
Yeah.
I do that to Amy all the time. Oh my God, it's just been 1 week since you looked at me.
I love that one. That one's really good.
I like that one too. No, God, there's been so around for so long, and they have been the most popular fucking Christmas songs for so long. Like, I want a new version. I want something that's different. Just different.
All right,
I
so...
think actually Michael Bublé might be right behind her on that. That would not surprise me.
Oh yeah, that one's really big too. So the Mariah Carey song came out October of 94. So the song's been around longer than I have.
Jesus.
And it's still one of the top charting songs every single Christmas.
Yeah.
I think I learned that she tried to call herself the Queen of Christmas, and someone else slapped her down because she already had the title. Like, there was someone already with that title. Yeah, it was interesting. I don't know all the details.
Okay, as much as I hate how, like, repetitive the trend is, like, okay, you can Google search how often Mariah Carey is Google searched, and it's like, it's almost a vertical line on a fucking graph. Like, it's like all of a sudden, one day, bam! It, like flat, little bump, boom! Every single year.
Yep.
So, yeah, she should have the title of Queen of Christmas. Oh my God, that's a whole D&D campaign.
Queen of Christmas?
She's a 20th level bard.
Yes, and you have to defeat her. How do you defeat her?
You can't just... No, it's not even about defeating. It's somehow entrapping her inside a silent sphere.
So she has nothing to hear but herself. Oh my gosh, that would be
No, she wouldn't even
amazing.
hear herself. She wouldn't even hear herself in a silent sphere. She couldn't hear shit.
Okay. Here, let me see.
Oh my God, that's a whole D&D campaign.
That would be
Because
really
every
awesome.
time she, like, sings, it's like, it doesn't matter where she is in the world, it starts snowing, and, like, these contorted, like, demon version of Christmas trees pop out of the ground.
Oh, big treants.
Oh my God, like an evil version of Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yes. Oh, that would be amazing. I like that idea. God damn it. We're coming up with a D&D game now. Do a Christmas one-shot.
I need to make this. Yeah, Christmas one-shot.
And you can make, like, super powerful characters, and your main goal is to trap Mariah Careyus.
Mariah Carey.
Yeah. Yes. That is a good idea. We need to continue with this.
God.
If you guys have any ideas for the Christmas
Yeah.
D&D one-shot.
Oh, drop that in the comments.
Yeah. Oh, that would be amazing.
Oh my god. And have you guys make like 12th or 15th level characters for it?
Mm-hmm. Really strong, but not quite 20. I think that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I think we have a one-shot to plan.
Yeah!
Yeah, I think Critical Role did some kind of Christmas D&D one-shot where they were all elves. That one was a good one. I didn't finish it.
No, that's where Chetney comes from.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I need to finish that one because I didn't see the end of it. I think.
Oh, you need to watch it!
I know, I started and it was super
so funny.
goofy. I love the glitter tit girl.
Yeah, glitter. That's what I told you about. It was like, oh yeah, keep your eyes on glitter tits. She's just so much glitter. God, she had so much glitter.
It was just a sheen. All of this was shiny. It was wild.
It's like, do you have like fish scales?
Yeah, fucking glitter scales. That's the kind of Dragonborn she is. Glitter.
Yeah!
Instead of chromatic.
Oh, she did really well too. It was just like, that's a lot of glitter.
So much glitter.
Oh, it was so much.
Yeah. I don't know what we're doing for Christmas. I think we're just gonna cook some fun stuff, stay in. I do want to go up to see the snow at some point, which you're already fucking in the snow. I'm jealous.
Yeah, it snowed here.
All we're getting right now is super gloomy, rainy days, which I love. I love rainy days. Those are my favorite. But I just want to see snowfall in person.
Yeah, that'd be a Flagstaff thing.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Gotta go up there just for like a day trip or something. I don't know. Whenever it gets super snowy.
Ideally, you want to hit it before it snows because it all freezes and then it's all ice.
And hard to drive on, and I do not have experience driving in ice. That's a good point.
Yeah, which that's really hard to plan because snow in Flagstaff is so finicky. It's like, oh yeah, it predicts it snow. It's oh yeah, it's snowing. Or it's like the prediction's made, but it's on the wrong day. Or it's like, oh yeah, it won't snow that much.
And it's just a big sleet snow.
Yeah.
Wild. Yeah. Alrighty, well, this was our 3-way special holiday special.
Our technically 5th episode.
Oh my gosh, I'm just gonna do episode 5, cross it out 4.
No, it's episode 4, cross out and put 5.
Okay, I'll do that. That is very fitting. I still can't. That last episode was really fun. I'm sad we lost it.
It was. With the costumes in particular.
I will definitely try and toss in some stuff so you guys can see our goofy costumes, but you'll only be able to hear Brian. Deal with it. Alrighty, well, we closing it out, friendo?
Alright. Yeah, I think so. Well, thanks for stepping by, Fleshbags.
Yeah, we hope you enjoy the topics on today's chopping block.
Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment for something you want to hear us babble about next.
Yeah, you guys have a good day, night, or whatever, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye!
Goodbye!